issue, even when it's a fucking slam dunk issue, got a wrong, took the wrong opinion on this one as well. Nervously walks up to the mic, says, Hutch, I think it's correct that Elon is a strange guy who hulked out in a strange moment, but he probably did not intentionally do a Nazi salute. Runs away. It's awesome. Everyone who like considers themselves to be in the center left or the center right is just like actively being like, no, you don't understand. This is not a Nazi salute. Elon's a great guy. The take economy is booming. Asmongold says Elon Musk's salute was unintentional. Also states that there's a 1% chance the Holocaust did not happen. I don't think these two statements are related. I think probably 99% certainty these clips are unrelated. Dude, why is he saying that there's a 1% chance the Holocaust did not happen? Like, are you that desperate to be edgy? Come on, Asmon. What the hell is wrong with you, bro? It's like the classic... Like, do I think Asmongold doesn't think the Holocaust didn't happen? No. I think he knows the Holocaust happened. 100% knows that the Holocaust happened. He's not like... But the very fact that he has to retain his gamer cred, he has to do this like weird debate thing where he's like, oh, well, there's a 1% chance it didn't happen. Like, it's such a stupid fucking thing to say, dude. Jesus Christ. Why do we care about what Asmon says? Because he's the largest political content creator on this platform, whether you like it or not, okay? He quite literally is, as it stands, the largest political content creator and the largest content creator on the platform, as a matter of fact. With 53,000 concurrent viewers, Asmongold currently is the largest political content creator on the platform, okay? So he just said he 100% believes the Holocaust happened. That's what I mean. I don't think that he's like, listen, I don't think Asmongold deep down inside genuinely is a Holocaust denier. I don't think he is at all, okay? He 100% is doing this classic, like, he 100% is doing the classic, like, well, technically, nothing is 100% certain. But when you're having this conversation, when you're having a conversation about something like this, especially in the process of defending Elon Musk doing a Sig Heil, yeah, you're going to look like you're trying to create a situation where you're saying, well, there's a likelihood the Holocaust didn't happen. And then also do it in a way where it's like, there's plausible deniability. You know what I mean? Come on, man. It's such a bad, you're appealing to Nazis when you do that. That's so dumb. Jesus Christ. Anyone think Elon a Nazi? You just a brain dead. Well, I guess I'm just a brain dead then. Okay. Jesus Christ. I agree with him. Hasanabi, I'm not brain dead. What do you mean? You agree with who? That Elon Musk is not a Nazi? I think Elon Musk, before he Sig Heiled, he was already very comfortable with neo-Nazi statements. And I have a long history of documenting all of the different things that Elon has done. But for liberals and for many people in general, like liberals and Republicans, who also are liberals as well at the end of the day, they need the optics of someone saying that they like Adolf Hitler, or they need the optics of someone just straight up hitting the Hitler salute, right? And lo and behold, even though he has finally hit it, okay, he has done a lot of other stuff that at the end of the day kind of ruins any sort of plausible deniability in the circumstance, almost as much as the fact that he hit it with his whole chest, okay? Have you seen Ben Shapiro pull an ADL on Twitter today? They're falling in line and sane washing him. Yeah. What? It's like when you joke about hating women like Andrew Tate, but you just kind of do. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm a certified woman hater. Exactly like Andrew Tate. One of Norway's largest news sources covered this, and you showed up in one of the clips. Yeah, the TikTok that we posted of that exact same clip that Vorlo posted also on Twitter it's just gone super viral, partially because the timing of it is so perfect, I think, and my response to it is obviously very genuine. But like, look at this moment from yesterday. If you weren't in here, if you weren't tuned in here yesterday, I happened to tune in to Elon Musk talking, like delivering a speech, and the timing of it could not have been any better. Let's take a look.
And I just want to say thank you.
Anyway, let's look at one of these tech billionaire oligarchs speaking at the inauguration.
My heart goes out to you.
Did he just say Kyle?
It is thanks to you that the future of civilization. And I just want to say
dude, like we literally, dude, we clicked in to Elon Musk talking at the inauguration and he immediately sig heiled. You kind of move on really fast from this like it was a non-event. No, and then we found out that the camera actually panned away from him to the crowd in that specific video, but he actually turned around and sig heiled twice. He made sure to hit the sig heil on both sides of the stadium. Okay? He wanted to get all angles. He wanted all angles to be covered. Okay? He did it twice, man. He did it twice. Vorlo also clipped it and posted it on Twitter, and I'm surprised that he hasn't been banned yet because it got 17 million views with 256,000 likes. And Vorlo also delivered one of the most devastating ratios I've ever seen. This guy goes, "This you?" And he says, "Yes, it says my name on the tweet." 52,000 likes. You can do anything, and if you say, don't say you did it, then it's a pass. No. The point is, you can do anything you want as long as you are a billionaire and very powerful and also right-wing and also align with the government. You can get away with it. Okay, that's it. That's it. And it's kind of shocking to me that it's happening right on the heels of all of these pro-Israel organizations that like lose their minds at random college students who are Jewish wearing a keffiyeh, claiming that they are like Adolf Hitler themselves, turning around and being like, come on. The right-wing billionaire who's aligned with the German neo-Nazi party, who actually opened the faucet on the platform that he purchased, who follows neo-Nazis, collaborates with neo-Nazis, openly highlights neo-Nazis, agrees with neo-Nazi sentiment, but he's pro-Israel, is obviously not sig heiling, even though he hit the full Hitler. Okay? My man hit the full Hitler. Okay? He didn't do the half Hitler. He didn't do none of these like, oh, I was just calling out for a cab or I was just waving off in the distance. He hit the full Hitler twice. Okay? Twice. Not once. Twice. Yeah, I mean, this is also what's going on. Exactly. The political spectrum is just like Elon Musk just did a Nazi salute on live TV. Most people going, this is unacceptable. This is ridiculous. And then the far right's like, hell yeah, Elon Musk just did a Nazi salute on live TV. Meanwhile, you got the weird liberals in the center of the political equation just constantly doing this weird song and dance where they're like, no, don't you dare say that. Don't believe your lying eyes. Some of my favorite responses to this, however, was people saying some of my favorite responses to this have come from Batya Sungar Argon or whatever the her name is, being like, nah, he's just autistic, dude. Yeah, he got the Nazi type of autism. Okay, there's different kinds. And instead of like being a train enjoyer, or I don't know, as Connor said, in being invested in Pokemon or whatever, he got the Nazi kind. It's the worst kind of autism to have. Okay? We know. You can't just be like, autistic. That's not, he's just autistic. He's not a Nazi. I mean, no, that's, you know, what is this? As a German, let me tell you how to distinguish a Nazi salute from a friendly wave. Look serious, arm straight, not the slightest bit bent. Hand and arm form a single line, 4 fingers together tightly. Angle such that the hand is slightly higher than the head. Yeah, I mean, he hit it perfectly. Like, I don't know what we're talking about. He literally did the heart thing too. Like he pounded his chest and then hit it. Like he didn't even do the I'm just waving plausible deniability sig heil. He did the full Hitler. I don't understand how you can look at a man doing the full Hitler twice and going, I don't know. As a person with a strong track record of criticizing Elon Musk, I feel extremely confident asserting that this was not a Nazi salute. Elon is a friend of the Jews. This is a man with Asperger's exuberantly throwing his heart to the crowd. We don't need to invent outrage. He's just autistic, man. He's just, you don't understand. He's just that's his hyperfixation. His hyperfixation happens to be, you know, Nazi Germany. Ich fought how to take false accusations of Nazism are incredibly harmful during a time when the mainstream media is letting the real Nazis, in parentheses, Hamas, have the mic without question. Dude, it's so awesome. It like, I do personally find this a little cathartic, okay, and a little funny to be honest with you, okay, that every single person that runs the table on defending Israel and constantly screaming anti-Semite at anyone that says this apartheid regime designed around Jewish ethno-religious supremacy that is currently doing a genocide is completely unacceptable and has nothing to do with Judaism. Every single person that turns around and says, that's the most anti-Semitic thing I've ever heard in my entire life, are turning around and going, this fucking neo-Nazi wasn't actually Sig Heiling because he's pro-Israel. That's all this is. That's all this is. It is so morally repugnant. They are so morally bankrupt. They do not care about real anti-Semitism. They only want to defend Israel. That's it. That's it. That is 100% the situation, okay? Yeah, I mean, here, there's a side-by-side videos. Yeah, dude, you don't understand. He's just autistic, bro. Chill. Those guys are all autistic too. They're just autistic Nazis. And so is Elon. Like, that's the full one, okay? It's not the half one, it's the full one. Do you understand? It's the full one. There's one side by side with Hitler too. I saw one as well, side by side with Adolf, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna run this again. Don't worry, we're gonna play this. This is a classic, obviously. But there is no, like, I love all of the people defending this. It's so funny. Remember when Elon responded to this and said, you have said the exact truth. Enjoy this one. Oh, are you telling me that the guy who is exclusively tasked with having the wrong opinion on every issue, even when it's a fucking slam dunk issue, took the wrong opinion on this one as well? Nervously walks up to the mic, says, Hutch, I think it's correct that Elon is a strange guy who hulked out in a strange moment, but he probably did not intentionally do a Nazi salute. Runs away. It's awesome. Everyone who like considers themselves to be in the center left or the center right is just like actively being like, no, you don't understand. This is not a Nazi salute. Elon's a great guy. My take on the Elon Hitler salute thing is that it was unintentional in the sense that he intended to make it a more ambiguous hand gesture with plausible deniability, but completely f***ed it up. There's been like a couple clips from Republican speakers in the past few years where they sort of put up the Sig Heil and then quickly moved to the gesture they were consciously intending on doing. And I think he wanted to emulate that, but it's too uncoordinated. That's pretty funny. I love whenever people go, he didn't. These two, however, get bent. Like, this is my favorite. This is my favorite fucking thing that people do. Okay, first of all, I think Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris, by the nature of their jobs, have done things that are inherently fascist. Having said that, however, I don't think that they were trying to do the Nazi salute in this situation, because if they were, you would have shown the video instead of them in that moment moving their hands and like waving to the fucking crowd. Guess what? We have the video. We have the video of Elon doing it twice. Why are they just simply posting pictures instead of the videos? Parents defending this, I don't know how to address it. Just literally show them this, okay? If anyone is confused about what they are seeing in front of them, just show them this, okay? Where's the double video? Oh, show them this. Show them that. Okay? If anyone is confused on what they are seeing, show them that, okay? And then show them, where is it? Where is it? This. Show them this. Then show them this. Okay? And then, okay? And then you can show them the double one, okay? Like the actual, like people that were there saw him doing it twice, okay? People there saw him doing it twice. But
Thank
look,
you,
here's
America.
Barack Obama.
God bless you. God bless these United States.
Yeah.
Does he mean he wants to take us back before Roe v. Wade was enacted? Because we're not going back.
I don't even like these people. But once again, I find myself not defending them, but defending the truth. Okay? I don't like these people. I think they have a lot of blood on their hands. Okay? But you are delusional if you think that they
We're
were
not
like
going back.
hitting the same shit. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, America.
Here's the second salute video. Okay? Does that look like... I mean, come on, guys. Come on, guys. What do you think is going on?
My heart goes out to you.
Yeah, he said, my heart goes out to you, Adolf Hitler. the part where he didn't. The part where he just said, my heart goes out to you. He meant to, you know, Adolf Hitler and the Fourth Reich. May it never die. That's what he meant. Yeah, he said, mine heart goes out to you. Apparently, I'm a Zionist and a Nazi. Yeah. Yeah. Great. I'm just going to post yes. The Hassanification of FaZe Clan. Wait, what? What do you mean?
And getting...
Wait, this got 25,000 likes?
Yo, you know what I realized? TikTok getting banned is low-key, and getting unbanned by Trump is low-key a power play by Trump. It's good PR for Gen Z. I saw someone on Twitter say, yo, this is one of the best things Trump's ever done in his years of being president. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Bro, he's coming for my job. The Hassanification of FaZe Clan. This got 25,000 likes. That's crazy. You taught him well. He's just brilliant, man. He's just brilliant. He's a brilliant guy on his own. He even have you have two timing of both as if he's saying the word in his head. Wait, what? Historically, they were Muslims who supported Nazism during 20th century. Wait, what? The Ween Glaze is crazy. That's my nephew, man. That's my nephew. That's my nephew, big dog. I just like... Sorry. That just opened up on its own. Twitter, run by a incompetent Nazi, of course, has a tendency to just like automatically start playing videos. This is the best response to show. Piers Morgan is defending it too. Of course he is. Elon Musk was very ill-advised to do this kind of salute to denote his clearly stated "my heart goes out to you" sentiment, but he obviously didn't mean it as a Nazi salute, and anyone who says he did is being a disingenuous idiot. Yeah, great stuff, man. I'm glad that like all of the villains, y'all are doing exactly what he wants. He did it exactly to get this chain reaction meltdown and get everyone to talk about him because his ego just ignored the man-child. This is my favorite type of like, I'm actually a brilliant guy take. This is the smart guy take, okay? The smart guy take is, hey, when the wealthiest person on the planet, perhaps one of the most powerful individuals on the planet, hits the Nazi salute twice on Trump's inauguration, and he is also a hand-selected person in the Trump cabinet, basically, okay? You should just ignore it. Yeah, he was just simply trolling. It's a 5D chess move, and you should ignore it. You're right, chatter. I should just ignore the wealthiest person on the planet, welcome back Henry Ford style, doing a Nazi salute on the stage when we are actually about to be in the post-Weimar era, okay? We are literally in the heels of Nazi America, okay? People will say America's always been fascist. America's always had like white supremacist attitudes. Fair. Get it. I got it, okay? And throughout America's history, we've had internment camps for the Japanese during World War II, okay? Not a great look, not great at all. We've had the Bracero program that was implemented with the mass deportation of 1.3 or I think almost 2 million people that were suspected of being Mexican. Some of them were just Americans that just looked Mexican, and they were mass deported, okay, twice. And now that is about to happen again. And this is before we talk about the Trail of Tears, Manifest Destiny, which Donald Trump brought up, by the way, as a positive. Said he's going to manifest destiny in Mars yesterday, okay? And he's also talking about doing the Bracero program again, this time for all migrants living on U.S. soil. That means 20 million people in concentration camps and mass deportations. And we're still going around and acting like this is just memes. You know what I mean? It's not. It's not memes at all. Yeah, this is a memified version of the serious issues that are ongoing, okay? I think for a lot of people, they need to see the optics of it. And even in the optics front, Elon Musk is cooked on this regard, okay? But far before Elon straight up hit the Hitler salute twice, mind you, twice. Remember, hit it twice, okay? At the inauguration, far before he did that, you could tell that he has, at the very least, sympathies towards fascist policies. Like, what are we talking about? He linked up with the neo-Nazis in the AfD in Germany. He was beefing up the reform movement. He is linked up with Giorgia Meloni in Italy. Wherever there are internationally, Elon Musk is right there. Okay? Same thing with Israel, honestly. Israel has a shit ton of fascists. Elon also likes them too. So when he throws the Hitler salute, he's not doing it in an anti-Semitic fashion. He's doing it in a pro-fascist way, okay? Or rather, let's just say he is still anti-Semitic, I suspect, but he is also simultaneously very pro-Israel, okay? I think a lot of people just like look at the optics, okay? A lot of people look at the stupid fucking optics of the situation and only then do they come to terms with the reality. People don't have a tendency to look at what Elon Musk has done so far. Elon Musk has bought Twitter, turned Twitter into 4chan, okay? Unbanned every single neo-Nazi from the platform. Elon Musk follows prominent neo-Nazi accounts. Elon Musk continues to collaborate with prominent neo-Nazi accounts. Elon Musk continues to highlight prominent neo-Nazi sentiment. Elon Musk defends and agrees publicly with neo-Nazi statements like Jews are doing unrestricted immigration into the Western civilization from the undesirable third world populations in an effort to destroy and undermine Western civilization that is supposed to be for white people. Elon Musk has responded to that person and said, "You have said the exact truth." That's Nazi shit. Like, that's just straight up. That is no different than Sig Heiling, okay? There is no plausible deniability in that regard. There is less plausible deniability in that situation where Elon Musk says, that's real, that really happened, okay? That is worse than throwing up a Sig Heil from my standards. But for a lot of people, they don't understand that, okay? I think you're misusing the term Bracero program. This came after the mass deportations. That was a mass import of farm workers. Source, I interviewed farm workers. Yes, I'm saying Bracero program because I don't want to say the actual name of the deportation operation, because the actual name of the deportation operation is a slur. So hopefully people will just simply look up the Bracero program and understand what I'm talking about when I talk about the mass deportations, because the actual deportations were called Operation WB. Now, I don't mean West Bank, okay? I mean dry front, but the reverse of dry front, okay? They called it Operation WB. That was prominently featured in the New York Times, by the way. It wasn't like, you know, people would just write slurs on the newspaper back then. all the time. What? Asmongold deleted yesterday's VOD to hide his response to the chat reacting to the rabbi speech. I didn't even see the rabbi speech, but I don't know. I don't know what the rabbi said. I don't know what Asmongold said. Anyway, yeah. So it's not just that like it's not just that Elon Musk has agreed with a lot of Nazis. Elon Musk also is personally constantly talking about how he believes in IQ and how he has to repopulate the planet with high IQ individuals. He has this very weird hyper focus on eugenics. Interesting. And potentially a breeding fetish. And it's something so glaringly obvious. He's talked about the Great Replacement, which is also Nazi politics as well. Now, the problem here is a lot of the right-wing, overtly fascist politics are so perfectly aligned with the Republican Party and modern right-wing politics that for many people, they go, wait a minute, what you're considering to be Nazi politics is what my grandfather believes, is what he watches on Fox News. And the argument is, yeah, duh, that's the point. I know. That's what, welcome to reality, okay? That is how a lot of actual ideological fascists are able to make their way into polite discourse, to public discourse, and make it seem as though their ideas are not immediately dismissed, but instead pretty appropriate for the time, okay? That's how you get someone like Stephen Miller to be Trump's immigration czar, right? Anyway, yeah, he replied to a Nazi blaming Jews for anti-white hate. Yes, I know. People are saying that he was also his grandfather was a Nazi or something. I don't know. I don't know about this stuff because I don't really trust Errol Musk. I feel like he's even more of a fraudulent individual than Elon. Like, he sucks. So anything he says, I'm always gonna take with a grain of salt, right? He's a bit of a charlatan, a huckster.
Africa from Canada, because they sympathized with the Afrikaner government. Okay. They used to support Hitler and all that sort of stuff, but they didn't know. Obviously, I don't think they knew what the Nazis were doing. But they in Canada they were in the German party in Canada, and they sympathized with the Germans. Yeah. So when the Afrikaners government came into power here in 1948, then May's father, who was quite an interesting guy, he was a very good pilot. He said he wants to be with the Afrikaners because he agrees with apartheid, you see. You see what I mean? Yeah. And he came out here with his family.
And didn't that cause tension with you? Because you don't...
Yeah, that caused a lot of tension with me. And because I was a director of NUSAS, which was a National Union of South African Students, which is a very anti-apartheid body, you know. And I argued with them a lot. And they used to tell me, they used to be like rude to me, you know. And the parents, and then
Themasius, what is this? Come and salute your heart out the right way in our Discord. Bro, they're playing so fast and loose with like really messed up shit. And they're doing this at a time. They're doing this at a time when like there is no, the thing is there's no cancel culture, right? Like it's not a real thing. Everybody fucking hates it. There is no social pressure. And a lot of that stuff is nowhere near. A lot of that stuff is nowhere near as powerful as it once was in like the 2016 era. Like you can't meme about this stuff, man. You can't meme about this stuff. You are literally opening up your community to straight up Nazis. You're inviting Nazis to your Discord. That shit sucks, man. It's not funny. It's not a fucking meme. It's completely unacceptable. Okay. Like, that's ridiculous, dude. Surely your haters will zero in on that community since they care about anti-Semitism. No, they won't, because they don't care about anything. They don't actually care about anti-Semitism. They're fucking, they've said way more. They've said actually anti-Semitic shit. I never have. Okay? No, they care about getting me banned to get a win, to get a W for their favorite content creator. It's so sad and pathetic. You said the Holocaust probably happened. Dude, Asmongold 100% is not a, I will say this, okay? I will say this. This is not a defense of Asmongold. Asmongold I'm not covering him. He knows the Holocaust happened. Okay. He is not a Holocaust denier. But the very fact that he is like teetering along the edges of this kind of sentiment while simultaneously defending Elon Musk is completely unacceptable. Okay. That's it. Like, oh, I said 99% that it happened. There's a 1% likelihood of it not happening for anything on the planet. Like, I get that. Okay. I understand it, but it's just like, it's ridiculous. Do you think that focusing on other examples of Elon's anti-Semitism, obsession with eugenics, and fascist ideologies like the ones you just talked about could be a better focus when talking to median voters and centrists, opposed to just talking about Elon doing the Nazi salute because of the way the left is characterized as overreaching and the way that the right has tried to disprove it? Yeah, I think that it is important. But the real reason why it's important is because a lot of liberals don't understand all of this stuff is also Nazi stuff, and probably way more important in terms of like proving that someone has at least an allegiance to or an interest in like fascist and neo-Nazi opinions. And that is why I use this as a teachable moment for a lot of people. You know, you wouldn't be this nice if it was any other streamer. That's not, no, this is like, what are you talking about, dude? No, it's completely unacceptable. What the fuck do you mean? What do you want me to say? Like, what are you guys saying? I don't understand. Like, first of all, it's not just about Asmongold, okay? This is my attitude for virtually every single person that I cover until they have shown that they are, you know, completely fraudulent, not interested in anything, no nuance whatsoever, and like are very obviously a right-wing commentator. Even then, I will still offer them grace and nuance, okay? While still simultaneously being critical. And that's what I do all the time. And many people that come in here to fucking yell at me and say, you're not going hard enough, are simply invested in the drama of it. You're moving away from the actually important points that I want to make. The actual point that I want to talk about is why Elon Musk, the wealthiest, the richest person on the planet, is a fucking neo-Nazi. And you're like, well, you didn't sufficiently say Asmongold is entertaining Nazis in his community. I did. Okay? I did. Like, what is this?
We're not going back.
I feel like this is kind of worse.
We're not going back.
Is that worse?
Bro, what is everybody doing, man? What is everybody doing? What the fuck is going on? We've just completely lost the goddamn plot, bro. What the fuck is happening? Actually, what's happening right now? What's going on? Why is everyone on the platform behaving like this? People need to fucking figure it out, dude. People need to fucking figure it out. Purposely misinterpreting things like this works for the right wing. They know this. I know, but I don't look. I'll say the same thing. Do I think XQC, Felix Lengyel, is an ideologically committed Nazi who is secretly trying to cast this this deflection and doing that because he is like serving the higher purpose of like spreading Nazi sentiment? No. And if you think yes, if your answer is yes, he's doing that deliberately, you're fucking delusional. Do I think, on the other hand, that he has spent a shit ton of time with a lot of reactionary people and his brain has been completely fucking fried? So now he finds himself very malleable and very susceptible to like right-wing framing on issues because that's just how it works. That's my assessment of it. Okay. Do you think that he's an ideologically committed Nazi, or do you think he's malleable and being used in this regard? I think it's the second thing. I don't think it's the first thing, okay? And if you don't understand, if you always think it's the first thing and not the second thing, I think he's probably dick riding Elon, okay? He knows that Elon watches him, just like Asmon knows Elon watches him as well. They're dick riding and trying to defend a very powerful, very famous person that they know watches them, okay? That's it. And in that process, they're just like, you know, throwing whatever sticks, like throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. Okay? It's still Nazi apologia. It's still unacceptable. But there is a genuine difference between what they're doing and what like someone who's ideologically committed to the project is doing. And if you don't understand that difference, you are going to come across as like hysterical to the average normie who might actually say something very similar to XQC, partially because they watched XQC. Okay. And it's important. It's important to make these distinctions. It is not a defense of this person. It is not a defense of Asmongold, but it's important to make these distinctions because there is a difference. There's a difference between someone like Nick Fuentes, or there's a difference between someone like Richard Spencer, and then random people who end up defending those, not Nick Fuentes or Richard Spencer, but like random people who end up defending Elon Musk doing this, because normies can be converted. Normies can have their minds changed, okay? But if you go into a conversation with a normie with that same energy, that that person is like a committed ideological Nazi invested in the Nazi project, you are not going to be able to talk to them normally. So that's the reason why I take this careful approach when having this conversation. XQC himself is not a normal person. I'm not saying he's a normie, but he does represent the normie position, the normie right-wing position in general in this situation. Okay? This is very important to understand. Neither XQC nor Asmongold are personally normies. And neither is Moist Critical, but it doesn't matter. Moist Critical is the normie Jesus, right? For a reason. These guys have takes that other people are going to repeat. They have takes that resemble the uneducated position, okay? And it's important to understand where this position comes from so you can, you know, do your very best to have these conversations with people in your immediate vicinity, people in your lives, okay? If you cannot, but by the way, when people goes, was Charlie's take okay? Did hear this? No, I didn't hear. I'm not saying Charlie said anything about this. I'm sure Charlie would be daggering Elon. He is the other side of the normie spectrum. So, I'm just I wasn't implying that Charlie had a pro Elon take or something, chat. I'm using him as an example of like a normie position, a person who is not a normal human being, a very wealthy individual who has a massively successful YouTube channel, but obviously arrives at like a normie position all the time. Do you understand? Anyway, my point is, there are a lot of people that will see this faucet of communication from both mainstream outlets being like, what kind of gesture did Elon do? And then maybe even people from independent outlets that, you know, listen to XQC's take or listen to Asmongold take or whoever's take, right? And they will repeat those takes. They will regurgitate it without thinking about it. And if you encounter one in the wild, you can't have a conversation with them like they're a fucking ideological Nazi. Because if you do that, they're just done. You're never going to be able to convince them of anything. Okay? Do you understand? Why even try to contextualize it? They're being useful idiots for Nazis. You don't go back from that. No, I don't disagree with you. I think at some point you have to stop infantilizing these people. They're influencing hundreds of thousands. They don't get treated with kitty gloves about Nazism. There's a couple different reasons, because a lot of context and nuance in the argumentation gets lost, and this could very easily have been clipped in a way. I don't know what the full breadth of this XQC or Asmongold's coverage is on the matter, and I don't have enough time to watch it. That's number one. No, don't say it's because they're my friends, okay? That's not the case. Okay, and I'm sure that they have both defended Elon Musk for the reasons that I mentioned. But it's important to understand that, because if you encounter an XQC fan or an Asmongold fan in the wild, this is a more effective way to actually undermine the people regurgitating those positions. You can just be like, yeah, I think, one, Elon Musk is absolutely a Nazi. Here are the reasons. And two, I think Asmongold or XQC is probably defending them because they know that Elon Musk watches them and they're powerful. Elon Musk is a powerful person. Do you understand? And now we have completely moved on. Now we have completely moved on from the main point of contention that isn't even a point of contention at all, in my opinion, to what fucking Twitch streamers are saying. Okay? And it's stupid.
The hand is more down, more flat, more towards the ground, no?
Do you understand? Hassan just tried to make a greater point about de-radicalizing normies, and chatters are like, actually, no, cover Asmon drama. I want drama, drama, drama. Exactly. The Asmon or XQC point of this conversation is a minor sidestep. It's not it doesn't play a major role in this commentary because there are fucking adults in here, okay? And although these guys are fairly prominent content creators on this platform, and therefore it is important to cover their takes on issues like this, obviously I'm not going to spend a good bit of time on what they have said. What is this?
People are mad about that Elon, like, doing the, they really think that he, they think he just masked off to, they do, they actually think he masked off to, like a Nazi salute.
Because, you know, the outdoor thing is really good, but it gets a little cold around this.
Yeah, all the non-Twitch normie influencers I know are losing their minds over the Nazi salute. Is literally just Twitch brain rot. I know. And it's really, we got to squash this, okay? This has to be squashed, like 100%. The fact that people are even like,
do you really think that shit's happening,
going
right?
Like,
I mean,
oh
like,
man, it's not a Nazi salute. Elon's not a Nazi. Like, oh man, what the fuck? Like, you are playing a very dangerous game, whether you recognize it and think that it's not that dangerous, or whether you don't recognize it, doesn't matter, okay? I can't help but feel like we have elevated the openness of you know, neo-Nazi sentiment, openness of neo-Nazi sentiment to such a degree that, like, a couple years prior, we would talk about the CPAC stage looking like Nordic runes, and everyone was like, oh look, but it's like Nordic runes. They designed it as Nordic runes deliberately to communicate to everybody through secret messages that it's like they're Nazis. It's like, have you heard what the speakers are saying on top of the fucking stage? They're literally Sig Heiling all the time with their words, okay? They're like, we should kill every, you know, Mexican person, and you're like, well, you know, the stage is designed in a way that actually looks like a Nordic rune, so maybe they're Nazis. Like, that's so stupid. Just focus on the words that are coming out of the mouths of these fucking reactionary assholes. Okay? Goes for Elon. But in this situation, it's not even a fucking esoteric Nordic rune. It's him hitting the full Hitler. What the hell is going on? It's completely in broad daylight. Like, he thought he could have this discourse. He thought he could get away with it, okay? Like, what are we doing? I mean, look at that. Yeah, here's another one. Does this not strike you as odd? Like, what are we doing here? Look at this. Like, that's why the video is more significant, because there are a million clips of politicians saying like, bye, doing this, you know what I mean? And then like they get caught, and then they get clipped, and then they're like, oh, they're doing the Sig Heil too? Okay, look at the video. What are we talking about? Even I joked about this, and I was like, yeah, he's just trying to prove his gamer cred. You know what I mean? He was like, nah, I am a capital G hard R gamer, trust. But like, it is pretty obvious if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and Sig Heils like a duck, that duck's a fucking Nazi, okay? What are we doing? This man has said far too many Nazi things and has so frequently been aligned with Nazis for you to turn around, and far too invested in eugenicist sentiment, and also far too invested in the Great Replacement conspiracy theories and shit that you have to be insane to go, oh, well, that guy also seemingly yet again had another oopsie. It's not a oopsie, you know? Like, I don't understand. Did the Neuralink brain chips, did they get implanted in people's brains already? Is that why we're in this situation where people are seemingly defending this and going, oh, I don't know, Hassan, you know? What the fuck's going on? Like, I've seen people saying he's autistic, he doesn't know any better, which is ridiculous, okay? I've seen people say he went to Israel, how could he be a Nazi? And I'm like, that literally further solidifies that he is, because people don't understand that, like, there are a shit ton of prominent fascists, okay, who love the concept of sending all the Jews to the desert, okay? That's it. They love that shit. Like, it doesn't... People are still operating on the old hat attitude of anti-Semitism, okay? They don't understand that you can be anti-Semitic and also be pro-Israel. As a matter of fact, more anti-Semites are pro-Israel than not. If you look at the number of people who are pro-Israel, okay, across the board, the number of anti-Semitic people who are pro-Israel probably outweighs the number of people who are not anti-Semitic and pro-Israel, okay? Look at the Christian Zionist movement in this goddamn country. They are far larger than Jewish Zionists in this country. Far more prominent than Jewish Zionists in this country, okay? Look at Christians United for Israel. This is a conversation I've had a million times over. And those guys are very anti-Semitic, okay? How the fuck does that make sense? It makes sense because their primary mode is still fascism, okay? There are religious justifications for it amongst the Christian Zionist movement where they think Jews are the holy sons of God and that they have to go to the desert so that once they populate that entire area and it's just Jews there, Jesus Christ will come back to earth and fight the coalition forces of the devil in Megiddo, and then the rapture will happen. And you know what happens to all the Jews during the rapture? They go to fucking hell. They burn in hell permanently. So it's not necessarily an allegiance that is born out of loving Jewish people, but instead it's more so to trigger this anime style, like end of the world event. That's what they believe. That's what's crazy too, because every time I bring this up, every time I explain this like insane thing, people go, no, there aren't tens of millions of Americans who legitimately are invested in this. And then they find out that 52% of Americans believe angels exist. And an even larger percentage of Americans think Jesus Christ is going to come back to earth and trigger the rapture in our lifetime. And by and large, in the eyes of a lot of people who might be anti-Semitic themselves and not like Jews, they still also think Muslims are the far greater threat. And in their minds, in their calculation, it's like, one, we're sending all the Jews over there. Great. Okay. Two, then those Jews get to fight our greater enemy, the Muslims. Let them fight. That's the calculation that many people make. We are boiling the frog at this point. People don't notice gradual changes until it's too late to react. And now they can't believe what they're seeing, so they have to make excuses for blatant Nazism. And this is all being exacerbated by places like the New York Times saying this is just a hand gesture. I know. Meanwhile, the Nazis are freaking celebrating it big time. They're like, this is great. This is great. Here, let's watch this clip real quick for no particular reason whatsoever. It's one of my favorite memes, okay? I'm going to go pee real quick.
Nazi.
Wie bitte? Haben Sie mich gerade als Nazi beschimpft?
Na, Sie sind doch einer.
Das ist ja eine Unverschämtheit. Nur weil ich in der NSDAP und in der SS bin, bin ich noch lange kein Nazi. Wahrscheinlich bin ich auch noch rechtsextrem, oder was?
Ja, aber was sollen Sie denn sonst sein?
Ich bin vielleicht ein besorgter Bürger, der Angst vor Überfremdung hat. Aber ich bin nicht rechts. Und ich bin erst recht kein Nazi. Hey, Sie da? Sehe ich etwa wie ein Nazi aus?
Nö, würde ich jetzt nicht sagen.
Na, sehen Sie? Aber der ist wahrscheinlich für Sie auch ein Nazi, hm? Nazis, 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 lauter Nazis. Wenn einem die Argumente ausgehen, dann holt man schnell mal die gute alte Nazikeule raus.
Es hat doch nichts mit Nazikeule zu tun.
Sie machen sich das Leben sehr einfach. Nur weil jemand die Mainstream-Meinung nicht teilt, ist er gleich ein Nazi.
Aber Nazi sein ist doch längst Mainstream. Ihr Nationalsozialisten seid an der Macht.
Ach ja, ich vergaß. In Ihrer Welt sind ja alle Nazis. Der Führer ist wahrscheinlich für Sie auch ein Nazi, was?
Ja?
Jetzt reicht's aber. Führerbeleidigung. Mitkommen.
Das sind jetzt über...
Ja, ich weiß. Nazi-Methoden.
Blutrote Rosen sollen dich umkosen.
Sie haben also das Browser-Ballett noch nicht abonniert.
Perfect video for the occasion. How dare you? How dare you call me a Nazi? Excuse me.
This is embarrassing, but just for the record and just so we have it.
The ADL to Elon, by the way, in their last second defense, that was awesome. That was amazing. Like, not even in my wildest imaginations did I think that the ADL would just like openly show their moral bankruptcy to this degree. You know what I mean?
You are not and have never been a member of the Nazi Party of the United States, have you? Come on, Tom, are you serious? Nope. Thank you. Sorry to have to even ask. And oh yes, the Hitler dog thing. Okay, the dog thing's bullshit. Great, I thought so. Different spelling. Okay, different spelling. Yeah. Okay, and this other one that came up, just to fend this off. Have you ever read Mein Kampf? Yeah, a couple times, I guess. A couple of times? Are there Easter eggs in there you didn't get the first time? Look, I'm interested in that period of history, Tom, okay? I've skimmed it. Skimmed.
Just a couple times. I think this might be the issue. Everyone thinks it'll be like the movies. It will be much more subtle. Dude, what are you talking about? There's nothing subtle about a guy who constantly, talks about high IQ, populating the gene pool with high IQ individuals, about how immigrants are coming in to, destroy the gene population of the superior genes that the Western civilizations have. A guy who literally openly aligns with Nazis over and over again and defends them on numerous occasions, Sig Heiling on one of the most prominent stages on the platform, like on the planet. Like, it's not subtle at all. What are we talking about? What do you want him to do? Grow the mustache? That's it. That's the final stage, I guess. Like, it's not even subtle. That's the crazy part, There's no subtlety to it. He just doesn't have he didn't put the uniform on, he didn't have the haircut, and he doesn't have the mustache. So I don't know. I'm not convinced. And at the end of the day, I think you inevitably have to arrive at this like crazy conclusion where you're just like, no one is really a Nazi. Only Adolf Hitler, and maybe even he wasn't a Nazi at all. And maybe Nazis were misunderstood. Like that is the final stage of this argumentation. You know what I mean? That's where we're at, where people just go, yeah, maybe they didn't have all the bad ideas. I think you're exaggerating. Okay, Ismail, fucking shut up. I haven't seen the clip, but I'm sure you lefties are blowing it out of proportion as usual. Why do prominent Hostwit users, power users, come in here to act like they're just naysayers? Like, this person is memeing. This person is behaving like they are genuinely curious and baiting, but they know what's up. Yeah, Hostwitter power users get one super viral tweet and they start acting brand new in the chat. You see that? Thinking that they won't get banned for a second. Portrait of ADL CEO Jonathan Greenblatt for Jewish Currents. It seems that Adolf made an awkward gesture in a moment of enthusiasm, but he never said free Palestine. So let's all take a deep breath. Yeah, I think it's simply the general public's inability to comprehend important history repeating itself before their eyes because history seems so far away and could never happen to them. I do find it very funny that people on Twitter versus in chat, why is XG defending Elon doing the Sig Heil? So I'll just say, I do find it somewhat funny, but also very scary that we are now officially on the stage where maybe a couple years ago you'd go, oh, well, this person didn't Sig Heil, so obviously they're not a Nazi too. Well, this person Sig Heiled, but obviously he's not a Nazi. Okay, we've moved on. We've moved on from the person who says Nazi shit all the time, who accidentally Sig Heils on the inauguration twice, okay, in front of the largest crowd he's ever been in front of the entire planet. We've moved into, yeah, he actually didn't mean it, and he's still not a Nazi. And it's funny because, like, liberals have this weird tendency to only abide by the aesthetics of a certain thing. Like, liberals, weirdly enough, only care about the optics. They don't actually understand when someone is saying Nazi shit. Like, they don't have a tendency to look at that and go, yeah, that's like, this is fascist. This is reactionary. This is racist. I'm not invested in this at all. I don't care what this person has to say. But even on the optics front, it seems that there are still people who have been hit right in the face with what is going on. Like, this is the equivalent of just having a swastika tattoo, okay? And they're still going, I'm not convinced. I don't know what will convince you if this does not. Okay, this is the equivalent of saying, well, it's the swastika is you know, historically a Buddhist symbol of peace. Maybe he's a Buddhist. Maybe I was unfamiliar, but he is a Buddhist, I think.
I'm not an emotional thinker, okay? Like, so I can't appeal to people emotionally. But what I can say is that every part of my logical brain is telling me that this was not an intentional Nazi salute. This was not any nod at any sort of like Hitler Nazi stuff at all. And it was just Elon being stupid.
Yeah, he also is a dude.
I'm not one of these Holocaust deniers. I think the Holocaust probably happened. Probably 99% certainty it happened. And the
controversial take. Oh, I gotta hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, for normal people, when someone says, oh, I think the Holocaust probably happened, people get freaked out. I don't know if Asmongold realizes that at all. Like, this is nutty, man. This is a dangerous game. This is a very, very, very dangerous game to play. You know, bro thinks he's a cleaning soap manufacturer that has to disclose 99% instead of 100% for legal claims. Yeah. I like that, you know, the second era of the Burger Reich has started off with a bang, you know? Please tell me you covered this bullshit, the Lake and Riley Act? Yes, I did. I did. Of course I covered it, and I will cover it further today. All right. Anyway, that's a crazy thing to say, man. That is just like insane. But yeah, you got the New York Times going, Elon Musk ignites online speculation over the meaning of hand gesture. Like, Elon Musk Sig Heils is the actual thing that took place, okay? Did Elon Musk just hit the Roman salute at his inauguration speech, or something like your popular streamer asked on X? Dude, if you link me the Havara Agreement Wikipedia page one more time, I think I'll finally click on it. Okay? Like, I finally will click on it one day, okay? Stop. Jesus Christ. Yes, I know. I know it exists. I've talked about it a lot, okay? You didn't say the Roman salute yesterday? No, I said the Roman salute as well, but it doesn't matter to me. The Roman salute is the Hitler salute. Like, what are we talking about? Do you think the salute was deliberate or just autism? I think Elon Musk absolutely is an ideologically committed racist fascist, okay? Whatever version of that he is, I do not care. You can call it a Nazi, you can call it a fascist. It does not matter. I 100% think that he is, and it would be very shocking to prove that he is not. It would be a very difficult task to prove that he is not, especially considering that he has done so many things. Yeah, my tweet says Roman salute, but it doesn't matter. It's the same shit. Like, I wasn't using Roman salute here to like defend Elon Musk. It's, to me, that makes no difference. Do you have factual posts or actions? I would like to see it. Smile. Factual posts or actions about this situation? I don't know how many more times I can describe this, man. Yeah, what is it? Is it the smartest man in the world, or did he not do it on purpose? No, I don't think Elon Musk is a particularly smart individual, okay? But I do think that he is very racist, okay? And I think he thought he could hit that and, you know, basically have some semblance of plausible deniability, but he failed to do it in a way where there was any plausible deniability whatsoever. And now everyone that saw it are like, oh, dude, you're a fucking Nazi, you know? But of course, all of the institutional defenders who are tasked with supposedly combating anti-Semitism have decided to defend Elon. Why? One must ask the question, why is the ADL defending Elon Musk? It's because he's pro-Israel. Okay? That's it. That's it. That's all it takes. Okay? You are on Fox News.
We had our top people, Wasserman.
What?
They all came in on the Olympics, and then I saw Johnny, and we got the World Cup too. And you know, it's only the 26 and 2028.
What are you talking about?
And I said, I won't be there. I won't be your president.
Did you just bait me into watching Trump admits he rigged the inauguration? Is that what you're saying? But aren't Israeli Jews about Musk? Sorry, I wasn't listening, just tuning in, being Nazi. Oh my God. Dude, you can be a anti-Semite and support Israel. Many anti-Semites support Israel, okay? Israel is also a fascist ethno-state. So there is a mutually shared love for doing that kind of racist ethnic cleansing campaign. But more importantly, the reason why a lot of anti-Semitic people love Israel is because in their minds, they think better that they go and live in the desert than here in my neighborhood. Okay? That's a major reason for a lot of anti-Semitic people to also love Israel. This doesn't mean that there aren't anti-Semitic people that don't love Israel. There certainly are. Okay? Plenty. A ton of Eastern Europeans work with the Nazis, even though the ideology explicitly dehumanized them. Yeah, I mean, there's that too. But also, okay? The other reason why plenty of anti-Semitic people love, the other reason why plenty of anti-Semitic people love Israel is because Israel fights against their other enemies, okay? They fight against their other enemies, the Muslims. The way they see the situation is like, oh, let the Jews fight the Muslims, you know? We hate both. Let them fight. Great. That is the way that they approach the situation. Another reason why a lot of anti-Semitic people love Israel is because they believe that the rapture will happen if Jews take over the entire historical area that they have called Israel. Far greater and far more expansive than the current confines of the Israeli state. There are many different reasons why people who are anti-Semitic still end up defending Israel. I know it's such an insane thing to believe, but it doesn't matter. People still believe it, okay? Yeah, also, AOC also daggered ADL, respect. Just to be clear, you are defending a Heil Hitler salute that was performed and repeated for emphasis and clarity. People can officially stop listening to you as any sort of reputable source of information now. You work for them. Thank you for making that crystal clear to all. Like, that's what's going on, baby. That's where we're at. Is it a coincidence that every verified account is lying and defending Elon? Anyway, all right. We're going to move. Oh, this was the last thing that I thought was really funny before we move on from the Elon shit, okay? Also, Trump's UN ambassador nominee Elise Stefanik was asked if she agrees with Smotrich and Ben-Gvir that Israel has a biblical right to the entirety of the West Bank, and she replied with, yes. Ben Shapiro, you are officially one of the stupidest and most dishonest people in the country, to AOC. And to prove that Elon is not a fascist and not a Nazi, he showed this post where Elon had to, play ball with the ADL, promote Israel, and also go to, I think this was in Auschwitz, to prove that he is, to prove that he was truly sorry for saying, you have said the absolute truth to a neo-Nazi who was talking about how Jews are doing the great replacement. And it's pretty funny because, Ben Shapiro has time and time again reiterated the position that he does not care about anti-Semitism. He simply cares about anti-Israel statements. Okay? Why did Elon visit Auschwitz? Yeah, why did he visit Auschwitz? Here's Ben retweeting a known Nazi. That's so funny. It's got to be a really funny moment where, one of the most prominent right-wing Jewish voices is openly retweeting one of the most prominent Nazi cartoonists. Awesome. Yeah, here is Elon Musk saying, you have said the actual truth to this guy who is a Nazi, going, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of dialectical hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. I'm deeply disinterested in giving the tiniest shit now about Western Jewish populations coming to the disturbing realization that those hordes of minorities that support flooding their country don't exactly like them too much. You want the truth said to your face? There it is. Elon responded to that and said, you have said the actual truth. Yeah. Bestie Marks was really funny with his take. He said, Elon Musk is not a fascist. Here's proof of him standing next to me, a fascist. Yeah. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Blau, deadass. I don't think it was intentional. I think he's just mad awkward with his body. I think, first of all, even if he didn't do this, okay? Even if he didn't do this, Blau, he has done far too many Nazi things for me to say that he's not a fucking Nazi. Far too many, okay? Look at Twitter. Number one, look at Twitter. Number two, look at the prominent Nazi accounts that he follows and regularly highlights and retweets on Twitter. Look at the, bro, please, I'm trying to celebrate the 1% chance my family was just at summer camp. Okay. Elon Musk is also openly aligning with the AfD and other prominent neo-Nazi movements around the world. And also, he definitely hit the fucking full Hitler. Blau, are you fucking stupid? No, he's joking, chatter. What the fuck are you talking about? Blau's Jewish. I think the most like charitable interpretation of the situation is what Liv Agar said, which is that he wanted to do it in a way where there was like some kind of plausible deniability where he could do a subtle nod, but because he's too fucking cringe, he was incapable of contorting his body in a way, and he actually ended up doing the full salute rather than like one that would have given him a little bit of plausible deniability. I think Elon Musk just knows that he's also the most powerful person on the planet and completely untouchable, you know? That's it. JVP came with the receipts. Last year, Musk attacked the ADL for being a Jewish group. Now the ADL is defending him for a Nazi salute. And instead of addressing anti-Semitism, the ADL is excusing it. The ADL is telling us loud and clear, its priority is shielding the Israeli government from accountability at any cost. I mean, that's 100% true. Yeah, he should have just kept doing the pure X move instead of this new shit that he's trying out. Guess who Ben Shapiro retweeted after the Nazi comic dude? Fatlo. I'd like everyone who thinks Elon Musk gave a Nazi salute to give a fraction of that energy to this. And also, Fatlo is posting Drew Pavlo. Wow, all of my goats. Ben Shapiro, Fartlo, Drew Pavlo, and Stone Toss. All united, dude. All united. Just the worst possible political minds that have gotten together. Cool. Cool. Nightmare blunt rotation. Very cool. Oh, God. I do in some, like, it is a weird situation because like oh God, they're doing the more like Hitler-like dogs too. They're trying to still continue defending Elon Musk. They're defending Elon Musk like their life fucking depends on it. Jesus Christ. I want to see what Fatlo tweeted. What the fuck did Fatlo tweet? God, Ben tweets so much. It's crazy. Oh, Fatlo tweeted some other thing. Drew Pavlov, breaking terrorist bombing attack on Jewish preschool in Sydney. Terrorist spray, fuck the Jews. I thought they just wanted the ceasefire. We need mass arrests and deportations for Islamist extremists. Wait, I don't understand. Why do you see this and immediately assume that this is, you know, the like Islamists who are pro-Hamas or whatever did this? Also, hold on. I need to figure out if the perpetrators of this obviously anti-Semitic hate crime support Israel or not, first of all. Because if they support Israel, then, you know, maybe there's a defense of it. Yeah. Based Mike Lee. Elon Musk likes dogs. So did Hitler. Elon posed in front of the Eiffel Tower. Chaya Reichik says, Elon Musk posed in front of the Eiffel Tower. You know who else posed in front of the Eiffel Tower? Coincidence or dog whistle or something much more sinister. Like they're trying to make it seem like Sig Heiling is the same as drinking water, dude. And it's so funny because once again, these people are simply united on one thing, and that is being pro-Israel. Some of these people are deeply anti-Semitic that are defending Elon Musk. Some of the people that are defending Elon Musk are Orthodox Jews, like Chaya Reichik, or even Ben Shapiro, right? So it's exceptionally alarming that all of these people, though, that are united on their defense of Israel, okay, regardless of their background, regardless of their opinion on anti-Semitism, they have all one at any given moment yelled about like a Jewish pro-Palestinian protester being the most anti-Semitic person, while simultaneously claiming that Elon Musk, who is Sig Heiling, is actually not an anti-Semite and not a neo-Nazi because Hitler also posed in front of the Eiffel Tower or drank water or liked dogs. Very cool stuff. Yeah. Liking dogs is the same as Sig Heiling. Can you say the names of Nazi groups most supported? I would like to read on it. I mean, I agree with the Salute is suspect. It's just a weird, it's just weird a guy that's businessman does that. It would mean extreme times for America. Chatter, instead of looking up groups that Elon Musk has supported, let me tell you about a man who was an American car manufacturer who actually redefined, or in some ways invented, modern car manufacturing. A man responsible for quite a bit, as a matter of fact. His name was Henry Ford. And I don't know if you know this or not, but Henry Ford also, not only was he, Henry Ford wasn't just a American innovator. He was also innovative in other ways. Innovative in ways where, you know, he invented new ways of being anti-Semitic through his 800-page pamphlets that he wrote about how all of society's problems were because of Jews. Okay? Henry Ford was so insanely anti-Semitic that he also got a Medal of Honor from Adolf Hitler